Hey everybody, it's your girl Jada, and today we're here at Music Exclusive TV, and we have a very special guest, R&B's finest, Nobody.
Yo, yo.
How you feeling?
I'm good. How you feeling?
I'm good. Okay, so let's take the people on your whole artistic journey. Let's start from the moment where you decided that you wanted to do music.
Yeah, so my whole family basically does music and everything, but growing up, how we grew up and everything, we just took care of each other. So I never really thought too much about myself being an artist. I always been like one of my little sisters to do it. I always wanted my cousins to get into it and everything. But the more that I was pushing everybody, I was just learning a lot more about it and becoming just more, I guess, better, more talented and everything. So I got to high school, and honestly, I had flunked out of high school really bad in 10th grade, and my music teacher, he believed in me so much, so he started to really just cover for my ass. Like, he used to just, I'm sorry, can I curse? I'm sorry. But he used to cover for me and shit, so he used to just give me notes and or work out deals with the teachers and stuff, because I would never go to class, I would never do the work, I would just be in the music room all day. So everything he was teaching me, he was a graduate at Berklee College of Music, so he was teaching me air training, he was teaching me how to play the piano, he was teaching me how to direct. I ended up being a student director for a jazz choir. So once as I did that, I started to get my confidence started to really kick up and boost up and everything. And then like I said, I come from poverty, so this is something that I never really that was a lot. Like, honestly, that was a whole lot of just luck, honestly. But from there, I was like, yo, let me start posting videos on YouTube. And because people already knew about me in school and everything. They knew about my family. They knew that I did music, and they always seen me doing the shows and the events and everything. But I started posting them videos on YouTube, and then people would be in computer lab, or you feel me, watching my videos and stuff. And I'd be walking in the library or the lab or something, and it'll be and everybody would be like, yo, you uploaded that video last night, you killed it, you went crazy. And I'd be like, all right, yeah. So now my confidence getting up, I'm like, all right, I got
School
it.
celebrity.
Yeah, I'm like, I got it, I'm popular. But we still humble with it, we still not really believing it, feeding into it. So one day just somebody hits me up on Facebook, and they like, yo, I just saw your video on YouTube, and you got it. Most of my videos on YouTube was me just bullshit, you feel me, just playing around. I might be trying to, like I said, just push my little sister to do something or whatever, but for the most part, I wasn't really taking it serious. But then people started reaching out to me from that, and I was like, oh, like I said, my family did music before as well. My father, he used to be with RCA back in the day. Him and Clef used to be really close and stuff, so they had a joint label with Clef's brother called Fabla. I think it was Fabla Productions or something like that. And it never actually really came out or whatever, so when this situation had came, I was with my dad, and he read the email and everything. He put on his manager hat. He yo, let's get it. He's like, nah. He's like, I ain't about to let nobody take over, take my. I'm like, all right, bro, let's get it, let's go, let's see what they talking about. And honestly, that was the beginning of it all. So ever since then, I never stopped. I was supposed to go to college. I was a senior in high school. I was supposed to go to. Actually, I was a junior. But I was already scouting schools, applying for colleges and everything, trying to get scholarships. And then, as soon as they hit me up, they stayed in touch, and they had me going to the studio right after school. They had me doing rehearsals. They had me literally not having no time to be in the streets at all. No time to do nothing. Yeah, not to be distracted. It kept me focused, and I just been doing that ever since. Now, you feel me? Honestly.
So besides your family, who else would you say are your musical influences?
I definitely got it. I always give it to Sam Cooke, because one thing that pulls me into an artist is their story. And I feel like when it comes to this R&B thing, he was really one of the first in my eyes. He was really one of the first, I think, genuine R&B artists, because, what he went through in the industry, and it's very similar to my story as well. I got signed to Arista back in 2018. And, the same situations that he was going through, I kind of was feeling the same type of, not the ability to really speak up how I wanted to speak up. But it wasn't really, because people didn't want me to talk about political things. It was just because they don't want you to, I didn't want to be a product of where I came from, you feel me? Mm-hmm. So because I was on a platform, I was trying to make sure that everybody that saw where I was coming from was, proud of me. And honestly, a lot of things that I went through was pretty fucked up. So I'm like, I just really wanted to just. I wanted to let all of the good shit that was happening just be on the forefront instead of letting them kind of like put a highlight on the bad shit. You feel me?
Okay. So, do you think now, being an independent
Hmm.
indie artist, that you have more space to speak openly about whatever it is you feel?
Yeah, I definitely feel like that. I mean, I never really feel like I said, it wasn't anybody back then even really like putting the pressure on me. It was like the pressure of everybody that I knew that was looking up to me, where I came from, that was believing in me. I just didn't want to. I was just so in my own head. I didn't want to like make us look bad. You feel me? Because now I'm in new places where people are starting to look at me different and treat me different than I've never been treated before. So it's like, all right, cool. I'm thinking that I gotta act a certain way. I think I gotta be like, all right, don't say too much. Don't be too hood.
Gotta act
Don't
like
be
you've
too
been there
rowdy.
before.
Yeah, you feel me? So I don't want to make. I don't want to scare the white people. You feel me? I don't want to do that. So I basically was really just trying to just make sure I didn't like embarrass my people type. But now I'm in a space where it's like I went back home. I went and like I tapped in with all my old friends and just like made sure that you feel me. What I was doing was the right thing. And they were just like, nah, you good, bro. Honestly, you could be doing more. It was like, yeah, nigga, we wanted to see you actually talking about this. We wanted to see you doing like what? Why you ain't bring up this? And I'm like, yeah, nah, you right, you right, you right. So now where I'm at now, it actually gives me a bigger floor to really just like tell those stories and really like I said, make everybody proud.
Okay, and you talked about being signed at first and now you're
Hmm.
independent. So, on the music support side, how much has things changed? Like, are you completely hands on all of your projects in
Yeah,
terms of getting everything done, your marketing, your
yeah,
vision, everything?
yeah. Most definitely. Yeah, that's the one thing you got to be involved in everything, honestly. So, I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but you just gotta have a. For me, it was having a good relationship with the Almighty, feeling having a good relationship with Jah, having a good relationship with God. Like I gotta make sure that what I'm doing ain't gonna make me lose myself. So, gotta be comfortable with leading. Gotta know how to like. You feel me? Like if you ain't feeling yourself that day, I bet let everybody know. Look, I need y'all to take over. Like this is what it is. Like back in the day, you don't have that. I didn't have that luxury. You feel me? I was just young, just getting it, so I had to suppress a lot of that shit. But now, it's like, all right, everybody that I'm working with now understands. Like, oh, you be doing this shit 24/7. You don't stop. So, all right, if there's anything else that we could do, just let us know. So, yeah, most definitely.
Okay, now let's get into the EP that's coming soon. What is your inspiration behind Take Control?
Take control is basically where I'm at right now. I'm taking control of everything. I'm taking control of my fears. I'm taking control of my karma, my career. I'm taking control of my even like my fuck ups, my ups, my downs. I'm taking control of everything that you feel me. Like you feel me. I've definitely tried to like I said suppress a lot of the things that I've been through, and now I'm just in a place where I'm really really taking full like that says never let your emotions over what that say over something your
Your
intelligence
intelligence.
exactly like that's basically where I'm at right now like not letting emotions and none of that shit like really hold you back or like undermine your intelligence like just because you feel me I'm not able to like move like a robot 24/7 doesn't mean that I'm still not feeling you feel me so taking control is being like I'm still moving forward no matter what how I'm feeling like my career my lifestyle has been changing and I think I'm really like starting to settle into it a little bit more this is like year 5 of me doing this so I really feel like this is only my third EP too, so I still feel like there's a lot more for me to say, a lot more for me to do, and I'm just now taking control in the beginning.
So, what can fans expect on this EP? Like, are you trying new sounds, any
Mm.
features?
There are no features, no
It's just
features.
you.
It's just me, absolutely. Um, this song, these songs actually is a collection of records that I feel like just reflect me through my phases. You feel me? So my last project was Tunnel Vision. And that was me, like I said, like going through my moods, like dealing with people that died, and you feel me. Also I was in a really bad situationship back then, so I was talking about all of that stuff in that project. So now this time, I'm not in that. I'm single. You feel me? I'm still working. Like I'm in more control of everything, and I'm very more upfront. I'm very more like straightforward about what I want, about what I'm doing, what I'm chasing, what my goal is. So at the end of the day, Like everything is what you make it. Like I said, that's why I'm taking control of all my karma, all my moves, like everything. You feel me? You gotta be accountable for all your actions and everything and this shit at the end of the day because it can come back and bite you, like regardless. So I'm just, that's where we at with it. Like really, I'm just taking y'all through the phases.
So you mentioned karma, and as R&B singers, I think in general, you guys really do pull from your life experiences. Have you ever had a time where like you spoke about a life experience and someone kind of like reached out to you like, hey, are you talking about me? How is this going? Like, did you ever get too specific or too personal?
Yeah. So actually, yeah, a lot of the songs that I write, I don't usually make music unless it's like something that I'm going through. I gotta get off my chest. So a lot of my songs are about people. So after I write the music, I will send the music to them usually.
Okay.
So, but on this project, some of the songs, like I said, I'm single. I haven't been in a relationship for a minute. So a lot of these songs that I wrote was kind of like me after and just going through like where I'm at right now in this post phase type. It's been like a whole, like being in this light, this limelight that I'm in right now. And then also, I've always usually been like either in a relationship or I've just been too busy to fuck with anybody. So now I'm just like more in control of all of my time. And like I said, I'm just taking y'all through the motions and the phases. I don't want to give too much away, but karma is definitely one of them things that I was just like, yo, I fucked up, and it is what it is. But like me, so you feel me? Like at the end of the day, what we gonna do? What we gonna do about it, really?
And it makes for good music.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's get into the production side of the EP because I've heard that you've been working with a lot of producers. Like Eastbound and things of that nature. So how did it feel to work with those people on the EP? And how did that even like come about? Did they reach out to you? Did you reach out to them?
That was fire, actually. So Eastbound ended up coming about through one of my connects out in LA, actually. So I'm trying to think right now. Like we recorded that record. Well, we wrote the record a while ago, and then I actually just re-recorded it this year. So we were in LA. I came out there to record. I didn't know that I was going to be meeting him and everything, so I think I'm putting it all together right now. Honestly, it was a while ago, but I just know that, you feel me? People was like, "Yo, you got to get in the studio with Eastbound," and I'm like, "Yo, what? Like, let's get it. There's no reason why not." You feel me? Like at that point, I was really working with a lot of different people. I was working with everybody, so. You feel me? It was just one that I definitely like enjoyed. I'm glad that song became what it became because it was one of my most vulnerable sessions. Honestly, like I don't really express emotions and stuff unless I'm getting it out on a record or I'm putting it out, I'm penning it or whatever. So like that was a really dope record, and I'm glad that we was able to finally get that out. Yeah, I feel like for some reason like I don't know, like it's just been an uphill battle trying to get that one out for a minute, and I'm glad that we finally did it.
Okay, and now jumping to the beginning of your career, how did you feel working with Corday on your debut EP?
That was fire, actually. That was really, really cool. And it showed me a lot because, like, I had just found out about Corday maybe like a few months before me and him had actually worked together. So I was a fan of his, just off of his freestyle. I never really heard his actual music, so seeing him in the studio, it taught me a lot actually about, like, okay, well, seeing somebody else that actually know how to do what I do. You feel me? Like as an artist, I spend a lot of time alone. I spend a lot of time in the studio by myself, crafting my own way. So whenever I collaborate with other artists, it's really dope to see, what their process is like. So yeah.
And are there any artists that you're looking forward to working with that you really like want to collaborate with?
Yeah. I definitely want to do a song with Summer Walker, man. I definitely want to work with Summer. Summer's fire. I would love to work with her. I always say her at the end of the day. There's another artist. Her name is Maida. She's really dope. She's an R&B artist too. She's on the come up right now. But her, Maida, Tone Stiff. Him and I have a record together too. But I definitely want to keep on doing some more records. Who else, man? Man, R&B is in a really good place right now. Honestly, I like where R&B is at. I'm even down to work with Chloe Bailey.
Oh yeah,
I like her personality. I'm a personality person. That's really what made me want to really collaborate with people. Yeah, if I like who you are and how you make a room light up, yeah.
Okay, so you've been doing this for 5 years now, and how old are you?
28.
You're 28. So you were kind of in your 20s going through this whole thing. So how do you feel like you've grown personally from the moment you got in this industry to now?
I feel more in my place. I feel like I belong. I feel like most of the time I just always been working. I never had a chance to really like enjoy, you feel me, just being a person sometimes. Honestly, it might sound crazy, but realistically, like, nah, rehearsals crazy, you know, interviews crazy. You're not writing. If I'm not writing, I'm in the studio doing this. It's just a lot of different things you're always doing. So, I mean, I don't know. What would you say again? Like, can you rephrase the question? Because honestly, I was getting a little PTSD.
I asked, how do you think you've grown personally from since you first entered the music industry to now?
As you see, I need therapy still from this shit. Nah, I'm just playing. I think that I've grown a lot more. I've been able to handle and roll with the punches a lot more. I've definitely been, like I said, I got closer to God. I got closer to my family through all of this. And before I had all of this, I didn't have none of that. So it definitely made me more whole. And now I think, like I said, I feel like I'm in my place. I'm where I need to be. And I don't see myself doing anything else. I don't need to do anything else throughout life. Like, you feel me? Like, before this, like, I used to feel like, all right, if this don't work, I got a plan. I got this plan. I got that plan. Like, I ain't worked on no other plan in over 5 years. You feel me? Mm-hmm. After, like, having to be on that mindset for, like, how long, working as a teenager, all the way up until you actually find financial freedom. So that's where I'm at. I'm cool. I'm ready to keep working.
Okay, well, you talk about working a lot.
Yeah.
Do you have anything that you like to do outside of work to have like a work-life balance?
Yeah. I definitely like to travel a lot. I travel. You know, I like to cook as well.
What do you make?
I'll be chefing it up. For me, I like to make good Mexican food.
Okay.
I like to make East African food, like Ethiopian food.
Really?
Yeah. I'm a big fan of stew, lentils, and like just stews, period. So I'll be in the kitchen just trying to like whip up something like that. Might even be able to bake a cake or two. You feel me? You know, if I try it, you feel me? That's how much I like it. Like, if I like something, I'll definitely learn everything that I can about it, and I'll just like, you know, really immerse myself in it.
And you already started talking about it, but I was gonna ask your opinion on the state of R&B right now. Mm-hmm. There have been a lot of talks from like older R&B singers, producers about kind of the subject matter, like how R&B is kind of toxic now, how people are kind of afraid to use their full vocals. So how do you feel about this shift?
I think that it's just a new age construct that, you feel me, the same way they used to be like on R&B back in the day when gospel was big. Oh, that's the devil's music. You always got something to say about it, but you're gonna still listen to it, right? People grow through what they go through for the most part, so they want to hear their artists grow as well. I could definitely, you know, tip my hat off to that. But all right, you feel me? I follow everybody. I support the people that I really love, even since I was a kid. It don't matter how long they've been doing it, how old they are. Like, if I like R&B, I like R&B. But I don't think R&B is dead. I don't think it's dying. I don't think it's too toxic. I think that it's a great outlet, like I said, for people like us to continue to get our emotions out, especially, like, you feel me, like black women and black men. Like, you feel me, this system wasn't made for us. This is really our own freedom, our real only way to really express ourselves, like, completely 100%, at least in my face, in my eyes.
So do you think that there's still those traditional components of R&B in what the new generation has brought? Yeah.
I think lately, yeah, for sure. I think R&B's definitely been just based off of, like, you know, feeling, and I think that's where we at now. Everybody going off of feeling for the most part. Because I could definitely say when I first came into this, a lot of the music that's out now, if I was making that music, I mean, I was making a lot of the music that's out, like, that it is out now, like, but if I was trying to put that type of music out, they wouldn't have been knocking on my door. They wouldn't have been responding to my emails probably. So, but we in the rise of the independent, so that's a good thing as well too. You know, I came into this also owning my masters and making sure that I could always have that independence, regardless whether I wanted to go major or go solo. So I would never be held back type.
I also want to ask you, since you're a singer, there's been a lot of like AI covers taking people's vocals. So how do you feel about that shift? Like, what would you feel like if you heard an AI version of you?
Yo, the AI Drake was crazy. I ain't gonna hold you. I've been listening to all of the AI
Some of it
shit.
sounds good, but
I've
it's
been listening
scary.
to all of it. I don't think it's scary. I think it's smart. I think it's dope. I think like, cause honestly, like, look, people like Beyonce, people like Kanye, they gonna get old, bro. Like they getting old, they getting up there, and to do what they do, performing at that level, like it's, bro. You gotta have a business person at that point. You're selling products. You're not just making music no more. You know, so I like they're doing clothing lines and all this other stuff. Like, you really think that you're gonna be in? Like, I don't know. I could see myself using that for me one day. Like, people might be complaining about it now, but I think by the time, like, you feel me, we get to the point where it's actually like okay, everybody's okay with it. Like, we're gonna figure out a way to monetize it. We're gonna figure out a way to do it. But as a songwriter first, I'm a songwriter first. So as a songwriter first, that make my job so much easier. Way easy. I could just go ahead and just saying something if I'm just doing a reference. So I'm trying to, like, you know, send a song to like Drake, or I'm trying to send a song to a rapper or something like that. I could just use Rihanna's voice. Like, I don't sound like Rihanna, but if I want to write a Rihanna song, I could just throw the Rihanna AI on that.
I never
fire.
looked at it like that.
That's fire.
Because a lot of people have been looking at it as like competition, like they're scared.
I ain't scared. What you scared for? They scared for, like, use your brain. Get smart with it.
You think it's gonna definitely show the people that are like actually creative, like it's gonna be their standout moment.
Yeah, we in the age of, like, you know, you gotta have creativity. It's not just talent. You gotta be creative. You can't just be talented. You can't be naturally talented. You gotta actually be creative. You gotta actually use your brain now. You gotta also be popular. So you gotta use your creativity to gain popularity now too. So it is. You just gotta get with the times. Get with it or get lost, people.
And speaking of popularity, how has social media helped you with your career, especially being independent?
Man, social media been keeping me moving. Honestly, like, if social media didn't exist and we were still in like the days of like the icons and the divas and all of that stuff, I don't think it would have been the same, because you feel me, like, they gotta really like invest in you as a person and like understanding how people value us. Like, it ain't always peaches and cream and shit. So the social media age definitely like has allowed people who support my music, people who genuinely like me and everything, to just want to be like, yo, firsthand, yo, what's up? Can you come to our platform? And honestly, that's how I was getting it from the beginning up until now, for the most part. You told me, until you can get more investors and people to really believe in you, you feel me, and start making some real money on your own.
Okay, and lastly, what do you want everyone out there to know when they hear the name Nobody?
Man, don't think of it as a negative. A lot of people be like, yo, you not nobody. I'm like, yeah, at the same time. But at the same time, you don't have to be somebody. Everybody be trying to be somebody, bruh. And that's the thing. You walk into a room, your energy will talk for you. So I walk into a room, I'm saying I'm nobody. People will be like, oh, you're not nobody. All right, cool. But if I never introduced myself to you, I said I was nobody, you wouldn't even be thinking that about me, right? So it's really just a reverse psychology, man. And just don't be trying to impress other people. Just really, just like I said, strive and work as a vessel with your talent, what you know you could do. And just don't be doing too much. Niggas be doing too much.
Okay, and can you tell the people where they can find you on all platforms?
You can find me on TikTok at The Real NBDY. You can find me on IG at NBDY_. Everything else is just NBDY on all streaming platforms. So, feel me, get with the movement. It's R&B over here, real R&B. We changing the game. And we keeping it real at the end of the day, too. We not on no, oh, we just want to get in the camera and be famous. We over here really holding niggas accountable for being weird. And if you a real nigga, stand up. I salute you.
And on that note, we're out.